Big or small, your business can benefit a lot from QR codes. QR codes let your customers get to your digital experiences right from their physical world. And their applications can be endless. You can use them in almost every industry and niche, whether you're in marketing, inventory management, human resources, or maybe you're a solo professional looking to grow your career. There are plenty of ways QR codes can help you. QR codes can either be static or dynamic. It's best to understand the differences between the two before making any critical decisions about your campaigns involving QR codes. If you don't know the differences between these two types of QR codes, as usual, we've got you covered. In this video, you're going to learn what static and dynamic QR codes are, their differences, and which one would best fit your particular application. So, first things first, what's a QR code? Well, you can think of them as super advanced barcodes. QR codes can store a lot more information than your standard barcode and can be read using a smartphone. Once scanned, it's going to take the user to your desired digital destination, whether that destination is a product page, landing page, informational content, sign-up page, or a social media profile. You can even use QR codes to prompt calls, SMS messages, and emails. Many businesses, big and small, are already leveraging QR codes to build massive audiences and skyrocket their conversions. So as mentioned, the two types of QR codes are static and dynamic. Let's go ahead and learn about these two, starting with static QR codes. What is a static QR code? Static QR codes store all kinds of information and can redirect your audience to your desired destination. You can call them functional because of that, but there's one big drawback to static codes. Once you create a static QR code, you won't be able to update, edit, or overwrite its content. You can still use static QR codes for instances where you won't ever need to update stored information. If you are doing a one-off campaign and only need to store information once, you can opt for static, uneditable codes. But as mentioned, static codes don't allow you to edit their content. Once you've embedded a URL on a static code, it's there for life. What is a dynamic QR code? Let's cut right to the chase. Compared to static codes, there's absolutely a lot more you can do with dynamic QR codes. They offer much more flexibility and convenience, which only translates to more bang for your buck. While a static code's content is set for life, you can edit and update dynamic QR content as many times as you need. Made a mistake on your URL or file content? No problem. With dynamic QR codes, you won't ever have to worry about starting from scratch with reprints or generating another batch of codes. You can just edit your dynamic QR code content while your prints remain the same. Fail to convert a customer with your QR codes? Don't despair. Beaconstack gives you the ability to win back potential leads with online retargeting on Google and Facebook. You can retarget those who've already scanned your dynamic QR codes but didn't do your desired action. Static versus dynamic QR codes. The difference. Now that you know what static and dynamic QR codes are, it's time to go over each of their differences in full detail to help you decide which one to use for your campaign. Editability. As you're aware, dynamic QR codes are editable, while static codes are not. If you are running campaigns where you need to do consistent content changes, you'll get a lot of flexibility with dynamic QR codes. Need to change your QR code's content? Maybe you decided on a different landing page or product page. If you're running static QR codes, there's no way for you to apply these changes. And if you do decide to apply them, you're going to have to start from scratch with your collateral prints. That wouldn't be a problem with dynamic QR codes. You won't have to reproduce any promotional materials whenever you need to change your code's content. You can edit your content in real time, and it'll immediately go live in the same collaterals. Data tracking and analytics. For each of your dynamic QR codes that are out there, you'll be able to track relevant and valuable data. You can get a clear view of metrics like the number of scans, scan location, scan date, and device used. You'll also get a lot more when you integrate Google Analytics into your Beaconstack account. This comes in handy when you want to get granular data on user demographics and behavior. Now, data tracking isn't available for static codes, which means they don't give you a clear view on how your campaigns are going. Ease of use. Static codes also take longer to scan compared to dynamic ones. This wouldn't sound like an issue, since the only difference can be a second or a few. But if you have your brand logo patched right there on those flyers, you better provide the best user experience. One way to do that is to make it as quick as possible for your audience to get to their destination. Dynamic codes take less time to scan, and they'll also let you prompt a shorter and cleaner looking URL on your audience's smartphones. Conversion rates. Beaconstack's QR code solution takes it a step further by also allowing you to retarget users online on Google and Facebook. You can use these actionable QR codes for all kinds of marketing campaigns. Now, as you know, retargeting is a form of digital advertising that helps you get in front of bounced users. In this case, those that scanned your codes but didn't do any action. With retargeting, those scanners aren't lost forever. You can continue advertising your products or services to those scanners while they're on a Google SERP or browsing their Facebook feed. Keep in mind that retargeting is only available for enterprise plan users, and you won't be able to get it with a static QR code. Now, all of these distinctions point towards dynamic QR codes being a lot better. Dynamic QR codes provide more convenience, especially if you're running an agile marketing campaign where you constantly do updates to improve results. Still, that doesn't mean static QR codes are no use. There are still a couple of applications where static codes can fit. Popular use cases of static QR codes. Most static codes can be generated for free. In fact, you can immediately try them out on Beaconstack's dashboard. They're also perfect for a couple of uses, so they're not entirely useless. Let's go ahead and look at a few. Showcasing your portfolio. If you want to share your online portfolio, whether that portfolio is on Medium, GitHub, or anywhere else, you probably won't need an editable QR code. After all, you're only using this portfolio for potential clients or followers and not much else. You probably also don't need to track future engagements, so static QR codes can be enough for this application. Directing students to an online course URL. Another static code use case is redirecting students to online course URLs that can only be accessed once, usually via key codes or passwords. Using the authentication details you provide, students can access a particular course, and they'll never have to use that URL again. One-use scenarios like this are perfect for static codes, since you won't ever need to edit your QR code's destination. Instantly view inventory details. Since QR codes can hold significantly more data than barcodes, it's recommended to use QR codes when handling inventory assets. Upon scanning a static QR code on a package, staff can instantly view essential details. They can see product info, handler's contact information, or anything that allows them to take the necessary steps. Can you think of other use cases for static QR codes? Let me know in the comments below. As a general rule, if your campaign is one-off or personal, and you know you won't ever need to edit your code destination, you can safely opt for static QR codes. But if you're after a more interactive and dynamic experience for your customers, it's always a good idea to go for dynamic codes instead. That way, you'll always have flexibility on your side. Popular use cases of dynamic QR codes. So you already know what makes dynamic QR codes the winner. But let's take a look at a couple of use case examples to give you a better idea of just how powerful dynamic QR codes are. Boosting downloads for all your apps in the app stores. With a dynamic QR code, users can directly download your app without manually searching for it on the App Store. Beaconstack even lets you create a single QR code, which upon scanning, redirects your users to their respective app stores depending on their mobile OS. This all-in-one app download QR code can accommodate all popular app stores like Google Play and Apple's App Store. Sharing your updated contact details. You can link a dynamic QR code into your vCards containing all your relevant content details, like your name, phone number, website, and business location. All users have to do is scan the QR code on the vCard, which will prompt them to save the details on their smartphones without any manual typing. If you need to change one or more of your contact details, like when you need to change a phone number, you can easily edit that information, which will be reflected in real time. Deploy a contactless restaurant menu. Dynamic QR codes let you share a virtual menu with visitors to promote contactless dining. Now, most restaurants just have their guests download a PDF, but with Beaconstack's solution, you get to provide something more interactive and customized. Beaconstack allows you to create your very own custom restaurant menu that you can tailor to your own branding. All of these will be stored on a fully customizable, dedicated landing page that guests can access. You can share your menu in multiple languages and predefine what's available based on the time of day. Dynamic QR code applications aren't only limited to these I've mentioned. Like I've said, QR code applications can be endless, and you can apply them in almost every industry and niche. They're editable and trackable, ultimately leading to significant time, money, and effort savings. So, did you learn a lot from this video? Make sure to comment below if you have any questions. We love answering your questions. If you have one, don't hesitate to send them over. Want to learn more about how these fantastic QR codes work? you might want to check out the other videos on this channel. And make sure you're subscribed and turn on the notifications to catch the latest and greatest this incredible technology has to offer. Don't forget to grab your 14-day free trial of BeaconStack. The link is down below. Spoil yourself and your marketing team with one of our robust dynamic QR code solutions. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.